Yoga is energy. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Richards. I'm a mortgage consultant and the author of Yoga for Your Personal Finances. Absolutely delighted to be sitting here with Savannah Ross, who is Rich Mom. So Savannah, as we continue on our conversation, I have to step back. It's all about real estate?
It's not about real estate. There's nothing to do with real estate. It's a vehicle, right? Real estate is a vehicle, just like with anybody else's source of income. It's their vehicle. It's not about the real estate, it's about the passion.
Absolutely.
It's really about being able to follow your true passion, have the freedom to do that.
But there's a lot of people who look at real estate as that vehicle to get to where they want to be. Have you seen that in your travels where people have decided they're going to truly invest all of their time and energy, their second and third jobs, the family income into purchasing real estate?
Absolutely not. And it's good that you bring that up, Jacqueline, because the unfortunate thing is people see the wealthy, and they know that majority of the wealthy, the top wealthiest people in the world, have become wealthy through real estate investing, and so they decide that they're going to invest in real estate without getting educated. We actually had a student that came to us, had 74 properties under his belt before I met him.
Okay.
I didn't even have 74 properties back then, and I was all nervous thinking, what am I going to teach you? But the truth of it is he still worked full time. His real estate was just breaking even. He had some that were negative cash flow, some that were positive cash flow, but at the end of the month, when everything was said and done, he wasn't making a cent on his real estate and was still having to work a full-time job to support his family. So it's not about just buying real estate, it's about buying the right kind of real estate. It's really important that you buy property that has high cash flow and high equity in order for you to build a strong portfolio and allow you to retire early, right? You can retire with 4 properties. Doesn't take 74 properties to get you to retirement.
I guess he had to manage the properties too.
Absolutely. Couldn't afford to support a property manager. And so imagine the time that he was taken away from his family, not being able to travel, get away from town, because you always have to be present when you're taking care of that many places. So it can really change your lifestyle when you learn how to buy the right kind of properties.
Absolutely.
That you're creating the freedom. It's not the money, it's the freedom that comes from having the money. Right?
But we're putting the horse before the cart, aren't we?
Absolutely.
When we decide on that. Was he worried about the interest rate that he was getting? Was he worried about the mortgage payments that had to come through? I mean, why would he start this process knowing what we're going through at this moment in time in our economy?
Well, he started investing in property, I think, probably 3 or 4 years ago before the recession really started to hit.
Okay.
But not understanding how it all worked together. He actually was really concerned about the numbers that he was getting from the bank, which is not something to be concerned about. Okay. But again, education is key. If you don't know, you don't know. And you don't know what you don't know. So you don't even know to go get the education, right? Absolutely.
But you stepped up and you've decided that that would be a really good idea to teach how you can purchase, how you can find that, you said, was that high equity?
And high cash.
And high cash flow. So you teach that?
Absolutely. You know, when it comes to you, for us, it was almost like a miracle. We're still living in this pinch me mode. Can't believe how easy it is to create wealth because we don't come from wealth. And so when I always used to think $1 million was a lot of money, and now I'm thinking I need 100 million so I can build an orphanage, and $1 million is pennies. And so it's for us, it's about just being able to focus on what's really important, teaching the people how they can take their regular lifestyle and turn it into a wealthy lifestyle without having to make a lot of changes in their lives. We teach a really simple approach, very common sense, very down to earth, because we work with everyday people that don't know all the jargon. They don't understand the ins and outs and the pros and cons. And so we like to be able to supply them with the information because it's exciting for us. You know, when you win the lottery, you want to share it with everybody. Yeah. So we feel like we've won the lottery. We want everybody to know that it's really easy to make money, and here's how to do it.
Now, I have to ask you, I understand there's a little Trump in our midst. Tell us about that little guy.
Yeah, my son Ryan. Ryan Ross, who's also known as Tiny Trump. He's actually quite a successful little businessman, and I'm not afraid to say I'm proud of him. I'm a little bit biased. He is my son. So he was the one that kind of, precipitated this. It wasn't him following our direction. And we've also been encouraging him to be independent. We don't run his business for him. We're very, very uninvolved in his business. And he's been taught to build a team. Now in school, that's called cheating. You're not supposed to build a team. They teach you that in high school, in elementary school. But we've taught him to build a team of professionals around him because he's 8 years old and he has limitations. But as adults, we feel that we have to do everything on our own. And I think that's why we're not successful, because we're so busy trying to be an expert in every different field. But when you're young and you have to ask for help, then you're not struggling with that eagle thing. He has no problem hiring help. He has the best people on his team, the best IT people, best lawyers, real estate agents, and he's extremely successful because he doesn't care about his ego right now.
Right. But are they treating him with the amount of respect that an 8-year-old businessman should have?
Too much, actually.
Okay.
He absolutely is, and I think a lot of the international publicity that he's had has certainly helped.
Okay.
And there are some challenges at times where people don't take him seriously because he is only 8.
Yeah.
He started buying his real estate when he was 5, so that was even worse, with him not even being able to speak appropriately. But as people get to know who he is. He built a team around himself, and a lot of the team comes into play when it comes time to dealing with those serious business matters.
Isn't that interesting? I teach masterminding, and that's Napoleon Hill, who thought it was a brilliant idea to bring together individuals to help us become bigger and better than we are. And it doesn't matter if it's personal, professional, or spiritual, it doesn't matter. And so it sounds like Ryan surrounded himself with his mastermind.
Absolutely.
I mean, if Bill Gates can do it, if Firestone can do it, then certainly Ryan can do it too.
Well, so Donald Trump could never be Donald Trump all by himself.
Absolutely.
And I don't know who thinks they believe that he does all of this alone.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work involved on the back end, and you do need to have a team in place. So there's no reason why anyone cannot be successful. They have that old saying of jack of all trades and a master of none. Well, you could be a master of all if you build a great team around you.
We can all begin to live our passion regardless. I thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline, for taking the time today. I appreciate it.
Thank you.